necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is advised. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts Fred and Janet Cox right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email. Our email address is liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your hosts of the Liquid Green Health Show, Fred and Janet Cox.
And good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to the Liquid Green Health Show. A warm welcome to all of our listeners and viewers tuning in across Canada, the United States, and other regions around the globe. We are the Coxes, and we are excited to have you with us this evening. So sit back, relax, and get comfortable as we guide you through the next hour of edutainment designed to inspire and energize your journey towards a vibrant, healthier lifestyle.
Okay.
Anything you want to say? Anything before I continue?
No,
I should let you do this part. That is.
Oh, you would not let me do this part.
No, that's not true.
You are the intro guy.
No, do this part.
I like to be a part of the meat.
Okay.
You're the intro, right? And the
Right.
extra.
And the extra. Folks, we love to hear what you are thinking about us. So please let those comments come to Liquid Green Health Show. That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. Write in to let us know what you think, how you feel, and also let us know where you're tuning in from. All
Yeah,
right?
it's always nice to know that,
Yeah, we want to
Yeah,
know.
it's always nice to hear that. Okay.
This Sunday, we have we are excited, as a matter of fact, to have a wonderful guest, Lydia and Francis, a certified aesthetic practitioner who's going to bring us up to speed with all we need to know about skincare.
Yep.
Lydia is the owner and founder of Drip-in-Luxe Med Spa here in Oshawa, a certified aesthetic practitioner with 18 years of nursing experience as a bedside nurse, nurse manager, and associate director of care. Originally from Haiti, she grew up in New York City and now resides in Ontario. Lydia holds degrees in nursing, psychology, and public administration. Now, beyond that, beyond her professional life, she is a mother, wife, a mentor, and creative enthusiast involved in hairstyling and other artistic ventures. So, if you want to keep your skin looking youthful and radiant, this is the conversation that you surely don't want to miss.
Okay, wonderful. And Mike, we're going to thank you today for recommending Lydia as to be a guest. So you came with good recommendations, madam.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yes. Okay. And we're going to welcome you to the show. We're not sure if you're on the show. We know we're having some technical difficulties.
Yes, I think they're on. I think they're on.
I'm going to bring her in.
Yeah.
They're on.
Go ahead, Lydia.
And you can hear us okay?
Okay, you might have to unmute your mic.
Phone is muted, so if you can unmute.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, can you hear now? We can't hear you.
She can hear us, but we can't hear her. So if you can unmute your microphone. And in the meantime, folks, you're listening to the Liquid Green Health Show. We are the Coxes, and we do this every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. So thanks once again for tuning in, and we hope that today's show will enlighten you as to how to take care of your skin.
At the end of the show, you're going to look much better than you normally do, right?
Okay.
So,
Me or the audience? Me? Me?
Especially you and the audience. Well, you know, this is radio,
Yeah,
so
so
Can you hear us now?
yes,
yes, we can.
we got you.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. And we mentioned Lydia, and we did not mention her partner, who is Joseph. But today it's all about Lydia, and Joseph is going to be her her sidekick,
Our support.
right? Because Lydia, if I'm correct, you work in the spa, you own the spa, etc., and your loving husband is now being trained so that he can become he's now being trained as your assistant, right? We know,
Yes.
right? And so eventually we're going to say what's the name of the spa again? Could
Med
you
spa.
tell us?
Drip-in-Luxe.
Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself? You were well introduced. We know you were a nurse, and that's excellent background for skincare. I find a lot of nurses do that. They end up in, when they become professionals,
Yeah.
it's something usually in line with what they were doing previously. But anyway, tell us a little bit more about you and your spa before we get into the nitty-gritty of skincare.
Of skincare. Okay. So basically we decided to venture into the spa area about 2 years ago. It took us about 2 years to build the spa, and meanwhile I just decided to get some more education just to strengthen my knowledge in terms of skincare, and also doing all the types of cosmetic treatments. So the spa opened about 6 months ago, and so far it's been great. It's been an experience.
Like every new business, it's a challenge, right?
Yes.
But then
So,
as long as you move forward and you work out the kinks, I know I'm gonna come in and try and book my own treatment as well, right?
Yeah.
yes.
So the skin, that's our largest organ,
Yes.
right? And so many people take care of everything else, and so many of us, we either overdo it or we underdo it when it
Yes.
comes to skin. So
Yes.
today, what we want to pick your brains about is, in general, we want to talk in general about skincare, because when we talk skincare, automatically we assume it's women. And it's routine, it's night routine, day routine, makeup, moisturizers, toners, etc. But there is more to it, and I'm glad Joseph is on as well, because men and even youth, especially the youth, like they start from such an early age to start damaging their skin. So what I would like you to start telling us about is, what should we know about our skin from birth? Well, not birth, but from when we're young to as we age,
Yeah.
right?
And why is it important that we should take care of the skin?
Right. Thank you. That's a better question.
Yeah.
It's
So-
big, but
Yes. So as you mentioned, skin is the largest organ in your body. And it's unfortunate that a majority of us, it's the most ignored, or it's the most ignored organ, or the one that you actually do not pay attention to most of the time, because when you think about it, it protects everything in your insides. Without our skin, we would not survive, to be honest. We're in an environment where there are full of infections, viruses, and things like that. Once your skin breaks down, you don't have that layer of protection. Basically, you're non-existent. And it's a shame that a lot of people do not take the time to learn about your skin and take care of your skin. What I see, I've been a nurse for about 18 years, and I worked for 16 years in the geriatric area. And a lot of issues that comes with age, you don't see it unless you're really in that field. And I dealt with a lot of wounds. And it's a lot of things that could have been prevented if, for example, they were well taken care of. Another thing that goes into that ties into your skin is also your nutrition, because a lot of the times in the beauty industry, we tend to focus more on the outside, and then mostly the face, but we're not thinking about the inside. So we also have vitamins. I mean, unfortunately, where we live in North America, the types of food that we eat does not have all the nutrients that our bodies require. And a lot of times, many people, not all, they do supplement with supplements, and supplements are great. It's better than not doing anything. But my approach is that I wanted to also bring IV hydration in order to replenish your skin. You have to nourish it from inside out. It can't just be from the outside. And that's what I'm focused on. And also, a lot of people suffer from different types of skin issues, acne, hyperpigmentation, all things like that. Of course, we also have to do different modalities in order to help those conditions. Now, some of them are you can fix them, but some of them are not. It's just the process of maintaining them to a certain extent where it doesn't affect your self-esteem. There's a lot going on when it comes to skin, so much that I don't think it would be a conversation we can have in one in one show. But it's very important that people really need to start focusing on skincare.
Now,
I think something important that we need to kind of bring forward here is as a community, being Black, having melanin in our skin. There's a lot of clinics out there. If you go out there, there's not too many clinics that are Black owned, or we go into these clinics and they don't have the equipment or the necessary stuff to, let's say, to deal with melanin skin, right? So one of the key things that when we're looking to open the business was to make sure that we're able to deal with our skin too. So you go to clinics and they'll say, yeah, sure, come in. We can take care of it, but most of the times they cannot.
Even dermatologists, sometimes they really don't know how to treat our skin, and different ethnic backgrounds requires different types of treatments. It's not a one size fit all. And it's important that I believe, really in our community, like he says, that we start learning a bit more. One of the major thing I know across the board, and now I'm kind of educating some of the clients coming in, and I think now with social media, a lot of brown skinned people are getting in tune to it, is sunscreen. Because I grew up never wearing sunscreen, didn't think it was important, didn't think that that we needed it because we're melanated, when actually it's a non-negotiable.
yes.
It's interesting that you brought that up, because I was always under the impression, not until we started doing this show,
that we
didn't need any kind of protection when you're out in the sun. Only to find out that that's not so.
Yeah.
You need less than, say, a Caucasian person. Like a white person with really fair skin will need a lot more protection, like a higher SPF than, say, a Black person. Is that correct?
No. So the SPS that we recommend, at least it should be at least above 30. In my clinic, I carry 40 and up. So we're more at risk. So if you're looking at ethnic backgrounds, you'll notice that a Caucasian skin would have spots, like sunspots, because they bathe a lot in the spots and things like that. Whereas us, what we get hyperpigmentation from the sun, from the rays. And if you're looking at a lot of Black skin, you'll notice there are certain shadows in the mouth area, cheeks area, and forehead. Those are normally our main areas where you'll see we get it. And a lot of time we're just packing up makeup, trying to hide it and things like that. When in fact, if we were doing proper skincare and we're wearing our sunscreen, it could prevent us from that. And the other thing that a lot of people still don't know, that I find when they come in the clinic, they know they need sunscreen. Okay, they'll apply it. But then if they're going to the beach or they're going to be outside for more than 2-3 hours, it is a process where you do have to keep it in your purse and reapply every 2 hours if you're going to be outside. It's not just, oh, I just put it in the morning. I get to the point where I get them to start using it, but then they'll go to the beach and then for 5-6 hours and they're not reapplying and they're thinking what I put in the morning is enough to cover me. But no, it's a lot more than that.
Well, I'm glad you're talking about the different skin types, because our show, Liquid Green Health Show, we have a wide audience. We have I'm sure we have every race. I think we're older.
Just about every ethnic group.
and many different shades, right? So
Mhm.
what we try to do when we cover, we try to talk about things that will affect the general audience. And then when it comes to the specifics, because almost everything we talk about, whether it's cancer, when it comes to Black people, they get it more and they get it more vigorously.
Yeah.
This, so many things, as you've said, that depending on your race, you're affected differently. Like we were talking the other day about, I forget which of the maladies that the Orientals get that more than the regular population. So we're all the same. We're all humans. Trying to get to the point here.
Yeah.
But so many things will affect us differently.
Every ethnic group will have their own.
Yeah, and there's different like again, our business caters to everybody. It's not one specifically. I cannot say it's we only cater to let's say Black people or no. We'd be stupid if we did that.
Right.
Again, it's a situation where hey, we wanted to bring excellence. It was a niche market, and we thought that basically, hey, we wanted to cater to everybody, but at the same time, being Black, you have to do we had to put in something there to say, okay, yes, we cater to our own people, because a lot of times they don't. In
And
most cases.
this is important because I
Yeah.
know one of the pioneers in the skin industry in Toronto was Jean Pierre. And she was also a nurse. And she would have to repair damage for Black skin because there wasn't the laser treatments and the things, the microdermabrasion, etc., that was designed for not Black skin was a problem. And then she spent so many times trying to fix that. Now, for everyone listening, Miss Lydia should have been on our show last week. And she could not be here because she had a procedure, a protocol done on herself. And I'm going to ask you to share that with us because it's important. Explain what that is, what the process is, what happened, and then why it's important when you actually go to see somebody like yourself that they know what to expect and some of the things that can happen out of the blue.
Okay. So we just got in some lasers that would take care of all skin types. And with any treatments in my clinic, I like to try everything. That way it's firsthand that I can explain to the clients what it is and how it feels. So I ended up getting the treatment. Treatment was fine, went great. Then we had some aftercare products. Now, normally my face, I really don't have any skin issues or anything, but I wanted to try it, and I tried a new product, a product that I'm not familiar with. And it was a product that was recommended to use with the treatment that I did. So I followed the protocol, started applying the product, and then I ended up having an allergic reaction to the product. So as you can see, my face is not 100% right now. It's I do have some hyperpigmentation from the inflammation I ended up getting from the allergic reaction that I got from the product. So again, it's important. I'm testing these things out. I am my own guinea pig, you can say, but now I'm more aware that, okay, maybe this type of product does not work for me and maybe for other skin types. So now I'm a little more reserved in terms of using that product for darker skin, because the maker of the product said, oh, they usually never have anyone. I'm the first person who's ever had an allergic reaction to that product.
Wow.
And they treat a lot of non-darker skin, right? It could have been a number of things. I can't pinpoint and say, oh, this is why it happened. It could just be that I'm just allergic to something in the product. I don't know. So that also triggered me to know that, okay, when it comes to dealing with different clients, I do have to kind of test things out and see what works for whom and who may or may not have allergic reactions. So now part of the protocol that I'm planning on putting before I do any invasive, put any products on an invasive treatment, I will test the person out to see if they have a little reaction first
Okay.
before I proceed. That's one of the safety things that I am working on right now to put in place, just to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to someone
Right.
else.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, what I do have to say about that, it's, nobody is exactly the same.
Mhm.
So your skin, in terms of how it reacts to something, like she tried something and then put it on me, and it may not even have the same effect, right?
Yes.
So it's very, very important to say that. So, and another example was, Lydia went out to do a hair treatment, not our clinic, totally not our clinic. She did a hair treatment. She went, and it's a normal hair treatment that you normally get. She tried it, and she had a flare up. So it could be something that more or less maybe sometimes isn't not the product, but it could be the person too, depending on what the person, they have an allergic reaction or they're reacting to something. So it all depends.
I got you. All right, thank you for that. Because, like, and as I say, you look fine this week. So a week was
Yeah, I couldn't talk last week.
Yeah.
no.
But the important thing is the lasers can actually, our lasers
Yeah.
can actually increase the healing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So part of it is the healing process. We can actually make our quicken
Speed
it,
it
yeah,
up.
speed it up, yeah.
Speed it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to your clients, who really should be coming for skincare? Is that something people should just do when they're young, or for anti-aging reasons? Or if you're young and you have beautiful skin, do you still need to come and get treatments? Unless of course you're a model or you're doing, but we'll start with the young people.
Yeah.
Who should be seeing someone like yourself?
So I say skin treatment starts from young. As I'm not going to say to put it on an infant or anything. However, as soon as you're able to take the child out, sunscreen is important, because I always say prevention is the best medicine. As we age, so I see a lot of people in my clinic, they're coming when they should have probably been coming 20 years prior. Then I could have done better things for them. Their skin would have been preserved better. But if you don't take care of the skin from young, even though you have beautiful skin, you still have to have a nice routine. You still have to make sure that you're protecting the skin. And then on. Now, as you get older, a lot of people, that's when now I would say, okay, let's start doing a little more invasive treatment. When you're younger, you don't need anything invasive. Products alone should be okay, where you're using the proper products in the proper order, because sometimes people have the products and they don't know how to use it or in what order to use it. And once you do that, then you don't really get the benefit of what the products are supposed to be. A lot of times people are telling me, oh, well, I've been using this product, it didn't work. Okay, how were you using it? So if you don't know how to use the product, then yeah, get a skincare specialist who knows. Have them guide you. I mean, nowadays too, we have the world of social media, so there's a lot of information out there.
Yes. All the influencers, right?
Yes.
So to answer your question, we get all ages from you talking from 18 years old or young, 18 years old from and they're coming in, they're saying, hey, we're doing preventative maintenance, right?
Yeah.
So they're coming in and they're saying, hey, we don't want to get lines when we're going to do something to prevent that. So
to slow it down.
To slow it down?
Completely eliminate it, but you can slow it down.
Yeah. So from all ages, I would say from the time that, they can actually come in to do a procedure, they're actually coming in to do procedures. And then the older, at the, the older ages too. Yeah.
But it should start from since they're young.
Yeah.
Now, a question for you when it comes to young people, the teenagers, 15, from 15, they're in high school. And you see these young ladies going to school and they're heavily made up. You'd think they're going to a dance or a party or something, right? Or an event.
Yeah.
And what do you say when we were growing up? And I think this goes for most cultures. Years ago, we were not into makeup until you were close to adult, right? Now, do you actually destroy youthful skin with the use of heavy makeup, or is that a misnomer?
No, it actually, so it all depends on what's in the product, right? Some of the makeup products, they do have formaldehyde in them, and that can destroy your skin. What I would say to these young people, a lot of times when they are wearing the heavy makeup, it's because there's something underneath that they're trying to cover up. Some type of something on their skin that makes them insecure. So they use the heavy makeup in order to cover it up. So to those young people, I would say again, really good skincare. They may not have the money to get those expensive treatments to get those things taken care of. However, if their parents can help them out with that, then that would be great, because I've seen a lot of teenagers with really, really severe acne, and it affects their
Self-image.
yeah, their
Their confidence.
self-esteem, and then they end up piling up the makeup. And what in fact it's doing, it's just making it worse and worse, because a lot of times, even when they're in makeup, they don't know that they don't wash, it's not that they don't know, they probably don't wash their brushes as often as they should. So if you have an open active acne, you have pus coming out and you're using the same makeup brush, you're not washing it, you're not throwing it out or getting new ones, or you're putting all that gunk from the makeup into that area that's really sensitive, you're just making your skin worse. And a lot of them, they end up with, even when it dries up, they end up with a lot of pigmentation issues, a lot of scars, and it's just a bad circle all around.
But
I think your skin needs to breathe, right?
It needs to breathe.
A lot
Right,
of, I hate to say it, but sometimes it feels like, I hate to say cake that they're putting in. It's too much. But again, one of the key things is kids, they suffer with acne. Guess what? We're able to treat acne. With kids that are having acne, they can come, we can actually, our clinic can actually treat acne. So,
But Joseph, you touched on a very good point just now when you briefly mentioned that the skin needs to breathe. And
Yes.
I am under the impression that even though you may have acne and you want to cover it up, leaving the skin the way it is by just applying some natural skincare is a much better process than piling on makeup.
No, agreed.
But you're talking about adolescents, where the number one thing that's more important to them, it's really social, their friends, and they're being bullied in school.
Yes. And
but also too is when you have really severe acne, right? Part of the thing that you get with severe acne is it leaves scars, right? So those scars can, and if you don't treat it properly, right, then those scars are left on your face, and it's very hard to get those scars off later. So again, the best thing is, I would say, is if somebody has a very severe case of, go see a dermatologist, right? Let them try and help you. And again, there's other means of doing things. Yeah, having a clean face is absolutely key, but sometimes it's hormonal, right? It's not just it's hormonal. So
and that calls
you have to deal with it, right?
that calls for an internal cleanup.
that's what
Nutrition. You can't just do the topical work. You have
absolutely,
to
yeah. So we
into
say
the
inside and
interior.
out. We want to help inside out. Yeah. So it's not just the surface; it's the inside also.
And then also their diet, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
need to really take a look at what they're eating. And but the thing is, when it comes to diet, you should eat healthy, but there's so much more that so much investigation that's required in order to kind of figure out, okay, what's causing it. And it is it's not a quick thing, it's a process. And sometimes people nowadays, we're living in a world where nobody has patience for anything.
right.
So they want quick results.
I know that as we get older, gravity takes place.
Yes.
And it's in many cases it shows on your face. You get saggy jaws, you get bags under the eyes. These things happen around your lips, and all kinds of stuff. And people do all manner of things in order to hide these things. As a skincare specialist, what do you recommend when it comes to sagging skin?
Well, the number one thing I would recommend is really, I can't push enough your skincare routine, because if you are doing it and you're doing it from the time when you don't have that, it's going to slow down. It's not that it's not going to
Okay,
happen
stop it.
completely, but it will slow that down. And also there are a modality of, there's a number of treatments that you can do. We do skin tightening with the laser, where it kind of gives you a nice little quote unquote surgical lift without the surgery. We do microneedling. We do I'm talking about, these are services, preventative measures that you can take before. But if you're already there, we have you know, some wrinkles you can take care of with Botox if you wish. Some you can do with you can do thread lifts to kind of just pull it back without, if you don't want to do surgery. But
Okay,
in some cases,
I'm going to stop you there for a minute and ask you to just explain some of the things you mentioned. For example, Botox. I know everybody talks about Botox, but what is it exactly? What happens when you do a Botox?
so Botox, basically, it's when you use it, so what it does, it's a medication that kind of relaxes the muscle. So when we're talking, we're very expressive. A lot of times we're moving the muscles around our face. We're very expressive with those muscles. So over time, when you're using it so much on a daily basis, you tend to start getting the wrinkles. So what the Botox does, it relaxes that muscle so that it limits you from the movement, the excessive movement. So that when you do that, now it gives you a nice stretch, nice glow, I like to call it, because when you notice it's not moving, you don't have the lines there.
But you look artificial.
Well,
You
No,
look
it's not artificial. It's not artificial. It's just that you're not, you know, the lines are
softened.
softened. Yeah. It's not, you're not doing anything to say, okay, hey, I mean, think about it. A lot of folks today, in terms of, if you want to, the older people or even younger people, depending on the scenario, the choice is to go under the knife, right? So the question is, do you want to go under the knife, right? What can you do to result of not going under the knife? And a lot of people are coming in and they're saying, hey, we want, is there a different way of doing things? Is there an alternative of going on than surgery? So and there is alternatives.
so what is Botox? Is it a pill you take? Is it a potion you apply? What is it?
No, so it's a basically we call it a toxin. So it's basically a toxin. It's a liquid that we inject small amounts in the areas that you do want to remove the where you want to soften the lines.
Okay.
is it painful?
It's not painful, but some people may find
it's a prick. It's like a mosquito bite. It's like a mosquito bite.
If you're familiar with the insulin needles, so they're very tiny. They're not big needles at all. The only thing is you just get multiple injections.
Okay.
So
Now here's another thing. Pardon me.
Wait, is it about Botox?
No, it's not
Okay,
Botox.
so I wanted to stay on Botox for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So how long does it last and how frequently would you have to do this? And at what point does it become that, oh my God, she has had too many? Can you have too many?
So me, I'm very conservative. So when I do Botox for someone for the first time, I don't do a lot of it. I just do a little bit just to see how your face moves with it, how it works well for you. So Botox, it's sorry. It's so technically you can do it every 3 to 4 months, but it will depend on how your body processes it or gets rid of it. Like for myself, for example, I do Botox every 6 months. Right now, it could be depending on your age as well. It could be that if you don't have much, you're just doing it for preventative. We just put a little bit there just to prevent that excessive movement. But let's say if you're more mature, you may require more units than usual, and it might be more frequently. Now, can you have too much Botox? Yes. For me, I err on the side of natural. I don't like looking, I don't like the unnatural look. So a lot of people love the frozen look, we call the frozen look. So it's basically when you're talking, there's no movement in the person's face at all. And that's not natural.
That's
so that's a little too much. And also with Botox, if you've been doing it for an extended period of time, there comes a time where you can become, it's not effective for you anymore. Right?
Okay, that's
Mhm.
what I, yeah.
And by the way, there's Botox.
different types.
Botox is just one brand.
Botox is one brand.
There's
but
other.
It's called, basically would say, neuromodulators. So there are different types.
Yeah.
There are types. There's one that I actually prefer to use for younger people than older people. So it depends on the person. It depends on what they're looking for. We even do like Botox facials where you don't really get the injections per se, but we put it like all over your face with the microneedling and just kind of give you a nice taut look, but you're not lacking movement.
Okay, okay.
So it helps to soften those lines that's all over.
The question I wanted to ask had to do with bulging under the eyes.
Mhm.
There are lots of products out there that are touting, it could get rid of the bulging under the eyes, which I know can come from aging, it can come from lack of sleep, tiredness and stuff like that. What do you recommend if someone came into you to, fix that condition?
That would need the opposite of Botox.
What's that?
I said that would need the opposite of Botox. Botox is to fill it in, this is to decrease.
No, so there's a difference with Botox. What you're talking about is filler. So the Botox, the one you're talking about to fill it in, those are fillers. So for the under eyes, it would depend. I would have to assess and know what's causing it and what's happening there. If it's something where you're lacking sleep, or it's just how long have you had it and things like that, we can take care of that with most likely products. I'm very conservative, like I said. So if you come to me with something about your under eye, I will try to give you products first. And then but if it's at a point where you say you've had it for years and it's been bothering you and everything you try doesn't, one of my favorite things to do is use PRP. This treatment calls PRP under the eye. So with that process, it's when I draw your blood, I centrifuge it and remove the growth factors and go underneath and then re-inject those under your eyes. So that usually, if I show you some before and after pictures, it works really well in terms of helping to repair that under eye. And it's also because it's your blood is coming from your body, there's less risk associated with it.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We're going to read some email, but before I do that, and then I'll come back. We'll come back to our guests. Excuse me. Let me just tell our listeners, what they're listening to, folks. You're listening to the Liquid Green Health Show, and today we have in our virtual studio, we have a husband and wife team. As a matter of fact, it's a husband and wife that's interviewing a husband and wife today. Right? And today we're talking to Joseph and Lydia Francis, and they're the owners of Drip-in-Luxe Spa, Med Spa here in
Oshawa.
In Oshawa, right?
Yes.
Am I correct? You're in Oshawa, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. And we're talking about skincare. What you should do to keep
The skin looking good.
Yeah, like me, right?
And yeah,
Yeah, you have some great skin, actually. Yeah, your skin looks great.
But
it's not bad for 80, right?
What I've been using for years, you won't believe it. It's Pond's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but we're gonna come back to that. Yes.
First.
Yeah, let me go to the first email here, and this is one from Howard, and he says, "Hello, foxes, coxes." Hello, coxes. I want to get some really good cosmetics for my wife for Christmas. What should I look for in quality products? So you want to answer that question?
We're going to go right on, because when we leave it, sometimes we don't
remember. Okay, go ahead.
That's one of the questions we wanted to talk to you about anyway.
Yeah.
So when it comes to choosing makeup, I know, you know what, this summer I wrote an article for a newspaper, and not for a newspaper, for a magazine. And it was about foundation, matching foundation to your skin type. I was blown away with that research. I had no idea, honest to goodness, about the undertones, the overtones.
Yeah, all the different layers.
How many different things. I mean, I know about toners and cleansers, but the primers and so many layers and layers and layers of things, right? So what is it that we should be looking for when I actually brought my niece to my birthday party with a bunch of older women, and we had a makeup party, and she was trying to teach us how to apply the makeup. I still haven't learned because I just do 1, 2 steps and it's done, right? So help out our listener, because I'm sure that's going to help a lot of other people listening in terms of products and how we choose.
So in terms of products, again, me, I am pushing, I'm not a makeup lover. I push skincare. So when it comes to skincare, I would say medical grade. Yes, it is a little more expensive. A little bit goes a long way, and it works very, very well. For people who's more into natural, now, if you're not looking to take care of any specific issues on your skin, of course, natural is the best way to go. You can find a natural line where they have a lot of natural products and things like that, and then you go with that line. But if you have really things that you have skin issues that you want to take care of, you want to take care of certain, aging and things like that, I'm an advocate for medical grade products. The stuff that you get at Shoppers, you get at Walmart and things like that. If you find that it's been working for you for years and you have no issues and you want to keep with it, then that's fine. But it doesn't, they're full of different types of things that are more harmful for your skin. And
So,
then
sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah, you can, you know what I can say from just being kind of on the outside looking in, and seeing the difference of, like, I go and I take care of my skin. I'm very fussy about my skin, so I always try to go and research and look and see what works and what not. But I think since we've been in the business, I've noticed that, hey, it's not the same. The stuff that you get into, let's say, a retail store, and the stuff, whether it's our spa or somebody else's spa, medical grade stuff is way, it's much better. Much better.
Want to push brands, but if somebody is looking like that question, I feel as if he really doesn't know. So if you went into a store, which store should he go into when you're looking for medical grade? Is it still the Shoppers, but a different quality?
No.
Are there certain brands? Can you give us 2 or 3? I know we don't want to plug one, but
Yeah.
a couple of suggestions. I know whether you're talking about peptides or skin types, and for oily skin and dry skin, which is the best and which not to use, if those things.
You have to come to
So
Drip-in-Luxe.
it would have to be, you'd have to get an assessment,
Yeah.
because that's more of a specific question. Like, so I can't say, oh, go to the store and just grab this. So it would have to be based on your wife's skin. Now, some brands I would recommend, majority of the time, the skincare stuff you would get at a medical spa. But there are some companies now who are putting their stuff online where they can ship it to you. So one of the major brands that I love is Zeo Skin Health. Zeo Skin Health. Another brand that I would recommend is PCA. And another one, it will be Alumir. I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But isn't it some of these things you actually can't get it, like the medical grade stuff? You
Right.
actually,
So they have
can't
to
really get it
at
from
a spa.
you can't go out there and get it in a retail store. You actually
Right.
have to come. That's why I said, hey, some of these things, like the stuff, you actually have to be a professional in order to actually get it. You can't go anywhere and get it from a regular store.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
what we should do is tell who was it, Howard, instead of giving her makeup, give her a consultation.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's free for us. You can come in and it's free.
You see, that is like people looking for supplements, right? You can get supplements anywhere. But if you want good quality supplements, then come
It's a
to
difference, yeah. Absolutely.
Next email then.
Right.
That's a good answer.
Very
Thank
good
you.
answer.
So you can come to Drip-in-Luxe and we'll do that for you.
Here's an email from Brenda, and she says, "Are soaps with perfumes okay to use?"
Oh.
I know how we would answer that. We would say no.
Well, that's why I said no.
Loaded
because,
question. There are so many different.
So is she talking about body or face? Because for face, it's completely different items that you're using for your face versus your body. I'm not an advocate for using soaps with perfumes and things like that, because again, a lot of people do have allergies. But also some of the stuff that they're using to put in there, if it's not natural, I would not use it. If it's I like to use castor, what is it?
Sure.
No, not castor oil. Carlisle soap, the liquid one that's in, I get it at the health food store. That one is a good one to have as a body wash if she's talking about body.
Okay.
If she wants to put the little scent in them, maybe get some natural oils, lavender or things like that, I would say. But
Yeah, and you know what? So I think it's something important that Lydia just mentioned. A lot of people think that, okay, whatever we use for the body is the same that we use for your face. No, that's not necessarily true, because certain you say body wash, right? And yeah, we're gonna put it everywhere, but it doesn't do good for your face. You
I think
It might be
you
too
have to get
harsh.
specific stuff for your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it may be too harsh for the face.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I always think women are the ones that spend the time. Like a woman would never use her body soap on her face. That's my assumption. But I always just feel men just do one. They use the same shampoo.
yeah, majority of them.
You know,
Yeah, that's why I look so good. That's why I look good. Here's an email from Eric, and Eric is saying, "Hi, LG. Are using hand sanitizers okay to use?" Now, I
That's
can
a
answer
good
that
question.
question. Absolutely no. The reason being, you don't need a hand sanitizer to wash your hands or your body. You don't need that. Those things have some serious, health damaging chemicals in them, that if you use it over a period of time, it will definitely injure you. So my answer to that straight up is no, Eric.
And even as a nurse, throughout COVID and everything, yes, we do have sanitizers. I always use soap and water.
That's
And
all
I
it's
sing the happy birthday song. Don't forget, use
Yeah.
soap and water. You gotta rub and
That's
sing
all.
the happy birthday song. That's
all that is needed. You don't need those sanitizers
Yeah.
and stuff. Here's one from Tina. Hello, is liquid soap better than barred soap?
I don't think there's a
I don't
difference.
think so. It's just one
It
is in a liquid.
depends. It depends. If you're using it alone, you can use the bar soap. But if you're sharing, you're better off going with liquid, because you don't want, and then depending on what you're doing, if you're using a rag or wiping the soap on your body, if it's personally to you, then it's fine. But if you're sharing, no.
Okay. Here's a question directly to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's a
because
question. Yeah, here's a question directly. And this is from Catherine, and it says, "Hello, does this spa have gift certificates?"
Yes, we do.
So this is a perfect time for you to tell us, how do people connect with you? If they
Yes.
want to come and see you, give out some phone numbers or your address or something,
Yeah,
and
go
tell
ahead.
us how they get your gift certificates.
Okay. So our spa is located at 50 Richmond Street East in Oshawa. You can get us online at www.drip-in-luxe.com. Or you can follow us on social media at Drip-in-Luxe Med Spa. We're on Instagram. And our phone number is 289-816-3747.
That's say that again. 289.
289-816-3747.
816-3747. And did you say it sounded like you said 15? Is it 15 or 50?
50.
Oh, 50. Okay.
Know your building, and I'm coming in to see you this week.
Yes.
I should have done it weekend. It's right next door to the YMCA.
Yes.
Which is where I go swimming. And so it's very easy to come in and see you next week. Okay.
Here's another question for our guest. And Edward is asking, "Hi, just tuned in. Is your guest a dermatologist?"
Okay.
No, so I'm a registered nurse.
Say that again. We had an interruption there. Say
Oh.
that again.
I'm a registered nurse and aesthetics practitioner.
Okay.
When would somebody see you versus seeing a dermatologist? Like, do you recommend people to go to the dermatologist? Would a dermatologist ever recommend going to see a technician before they actually come to them? If you could make that a short answer for us.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Okay, that was
That's too short.
that was short enough. Here's another question.
Is that
Is
that's
that the final answer?
Yes and no, because, okay, so depending on what they're going to see the dermatologist for, because certain people, they come in and they have something, I don't know what it is, and I would tell them, you know what, go see your dermatologist, because certain things requires you to have some kind of medication, right? Whereas some dermatologists would also refer you to me because I have lasers, right? And certain things that they don't treat with lasers, so then they would refer them to me. So that's why I said yes or no.
okay.
Therapy and all of that stuff. Usually they send them to us.
Right. Now, here's another question, and I think this is directed to us. Hello, LG. Can your guests recommend any supplement to help with the skin?
And I know you're going to say herb seal oil,
Yeah.
right?
First thing,
Omega
straight up,
3.
omega-3, if you're not taking omega-3, and blueberry nutrition, we can talk about that. These are supplements that we highly recommend. We supply them. You can go to Liquid Green Health Show, and under supplements, just click on Green World and you see all of this stuff. And the reason why I'm talking about the omega-3, this is not omega-3 from the fish, right? This is a much better quality.
And we just have to listen to last week's show.
Yes.
That's what we talked about.
We talked
last
about
week.
that.
And would you add anything to that in 30 seconds or less?
So the supplements are great as well, but we also, if you're looking to get a boost right away, we do have IVs that gets it in your system, but not the omega-3 or anything, other vitamins. We do have a vitamin called glutathione, and that one is really, it's a detox the body. It's really great for the skin. So if you do that combined with the supplements at home, that would be.
Now, if we show, we would take you up on that glutathione bit, but we're going to perhaps do
we do that another day. Yes, we do another day.
Okay.
Here's another email from Paul, and Paul says, listening again to the Coxes, good topic. A lot of folks neglect their skin. Any tips on hair care?
Hair care, we're gonna have to do another day.
Yeah.
Topic.
That's
And back again, because you're also a hair care specialist. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I know we have so many people that are, you know, they focus just on hair care. So
it seems like we have a lot of local listeners, because
Yes.
someone again is asking, where's your guest spa, the location?
So let's repeat that.
So if you can repeat that for us, we'll appreciate that. Go ahead.
It's at 50 Richmond Street East, 550 Richmond Street East in Oshawa. And you can call us at 289-816-3747.
Okay. And it's right next to the Y in Oshawa. You can't miss it.
You can't
It's
miss it.
across-
Marion Richmond Street.
Yeah.
Okay. And the
Yeah.
next email?
Okay, boy, we got lots of stuff here today. Here's one from Gail. Hi, Coxes. I know that you do have a lot of time. You do not have a lot of time on the show, but can your guests please talk quickly about diet and skincare?
Yes.
Great. And that's one of the first things you had mentioned. So
Yeah.
go ahead and just, what else would you add to that?
With the diet, so with that diet and skincare. So it's more of a it's a really huge topic when it comes to that. But I would say if you have something that you want to take care of, you have skin issues and you want to take care of your skin, you have to try your best to eat clean. All the fried stuff, salt, you have to kind of manage that. And then again, where you can start, we have IVs that can help you to start detoxing, also to help to metabolize fat that you already have in your body that you want to help to flush out. But it's such a huge topic that I think
It is.
everybody has
That's a whole.
I'll just make it simple.
Yeah.
I'm a computer. I'm an IT guy, and garbage in, garbage out, right?
Mhm.
So if you put garbage in your body,
Yes.
the result is garbage out. So it will reflect your skin.
And folks, I continue to listen to the Liquid Green Health Show. We from time to time speak about topics like this, and it's a very good question, but it's a show all by itself that we would have to delve into.
As a matter of fact, we got an email last week, and his question was, can we talk some more about food?
Yes.
Just healthy foods. I think when we do that,
Yeah.
then we will include why healthy food and what it actually does to your body, not just hair or skin, but everything
Yeah.
that we do. Okay.
Here's an email from James.
I'll read
Go
this
ahead.
one. Hello to Janet and Fred. This is an excellent show topic today. Do your guests have a website with this information? Thanks so much. You did not give a website. Can you do that now?
Oh, it's www.dripinluxe.com.
Okay. Repeat.
www.dripinluxe.com.
Good. Okay. So James,
Yeah.
there you go.
Folks, we are quickly approaching that, end
And
time. So here's one from Ray. Go
Ray
ahead, read that.
says, does Liquid Green sell any skin products? Not yet. Perhaps we should get in business with Lydia and see what we can add to our
Well, we
our line.
yeah, we don't sell. We do indirectly. We sell products that can help the skin to look beautiful,
Yeah, but
right?
not
We work on the internal more than the external, right? So I'll send you an email on that. Here's one from Jim, and Jim asks the question. Go ahead. You want to read that?
Are there any natural household substances that we can use for our skin? That is an excellent question because we get that all the time with our natural products that we do as for cleaning. Naturally, if somebody just wanted not to use anything, their skin is pretty good maintenance. What's something natural?
So I would say the Carlisle soap is natural. Also, I love aloe. There's a lot of different things that you can use, you can do with aloe and maybe shea butter.
Okay, so aloe thing, vitamin E, is that yes or no?
Yeah.
Vitamin E, yeah.
Yeah.
Vitamin C.
Okay,
Well,
and
and
quickly, we're gonna make this the last one, and that's one. You want to read that one?
Oh, hey, Liquid Green, any free giveaways? Why don't we do
I
this?
suspect most of these emails are from the local area.
Or
Right.
mailing distance.
Yeah, within mailing
You know
distance.
what? We
So-
do have giveaways coming, but we have an event coming next Saturday.
Oh yeah,
yes,
tell
yes,
us about
yes.
that quickly.
Yeah, so we have a laser lunch event coming Saturday. It's gonna be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Anybody can stop by.
The date.
Oh, sorry, November. It's Saturday, November 16 from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are giving away a free skincare package, okay, where you come and do a nice expensive treatment for free. We're giving away a package, and we're also giving away skincare.
Okay, and my last thing is to our listeners, we have decided, Frederick and I, we don't usually do commercials on our show, but our producer says, guys, you're not very smart. You need to do these advertising. So starting with it before the end of the month, you're going to hear from Lydia as they are going to be advertising on our show.
And with that, folks,
Oh, thank you.
Thank
with
you.
that, folks, we want to thank Lydia and Joseph for
Yeah.
gracing our show and giving us tips on taking care of our skin in all manner. So thank you very much, Lydia.
Yes.
Thank you for having
Unfortunately,
us.
Yeah.
the time has come where we have to say
So
goodbye.
quickly, the time goes
Right.
too fast.
And
And hope to see you in person soon.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
After all, about enhancing your skin's natural beauty, let us not overlook the importance of nurturing your body from
Absolutely.
For a full range of health boosting supplements, visit Liquid Green Health Show. Click on Green World on the supplements section for a natural products designed to support your wellness journey. And with that, folks, we must say,
Good health is the cornerstone of human happiness and well-being. It not only enhances our quality of life, but also drives prosperity and economic progress. Healthy individuals tend to be more productive and may even live longer lives. So until next week, next week Sunday, same time, same station, this is
Janet and Fred
Fritz
say,
reminding you,
let's
let's
stay healthy on Reality Radio 101.
Thank you for listening to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts Fred and Janet Cox right here on Reality Radio 101.